All right, so they bring back Ricky Rain at coach, his 4th season as head coach. Same coordinators underneath him. Now, let's mention, before we get into the production that they lost, let's mention that the team did improve last year. They won 6 games, 5-3 in the Sun Belt Conference. They played in a bowl game. The returning production numbers right on the screen there. In fact, let me go back to that. 93rd in overall returning production, returning 10 starters, 6 on offense, 4 on defense. It's not absolutely terrible. They are 130th in the 2024 recruiting class rankings. So one of the worst recruiting classes coming in. Definitely not what you like to see. Now they do bring their quarterback back. Grant Wilson's back at quarterback. And honestly, he wasn't bad last year, Grant Wilson. Here we go. Here's Grant Wilson. You can see when he had a clean pocket, he actually was very efficient throwing the ball. A- turnover-worthy play rate. Pressure to sack rate could be a concern. It's 34.5%. So if you pressured Grant Wilson last year, he took a sack on 34.5% of those snaps. That's alarming. And considering Old Dominion is losing 3 starters on the offensive line, that's going to be a concern. Can they keep this kid? Can they give this kid consistent, clean pockets to throw out of? Because he did show us he can throw the ball if you give him a clean pocket. Their leading rusher, Kadarius Callaway, he's now taking the carries out in Cal. So he's gone. They did add a couple backs in the transfer, though. Kid from Virginia Tech, kid from Rutgers. So they have some backs, but they lost their main guy from last year. They also lost their top receiver, but they kept a few of their main pieces from the receiving core. No question, even though they bring their offense back, and they bring their quarterback back, that the offense should really struggle this year. This is going to be a tough offensive unit. That being said, on the other side, I think Old Dominion's run defense is going to be good. Now, excuse me. All right, so I want to bring it up. Where's like the run defense here? Oh, here we go, right here on the other side of this graphic. So look at the left side of this graphic here. Old Dominion was able to stop the run. Now, keep in mind they're playing a Sun Belt schedule, so we know that they're not the 12th best run defense in the country. But 12th in run defense rank, 24th in defensive line yards, 47th in stuff rate, 51st in power success rate. Old Dominion did a good job stopping the run last year, and they bring 6 of their top 8 defensive linemen back. So the strength of this team last year was stopping the run, and I don't see any reason with the same defensive coordinator, 6 of the top 8 defensive linemen returning. They also should be pretty set at linebacker. Defensive front should still be able to do a good job stopping the run. So I think they could even be better. So there's a lot of negative things to say about Old Dominion, but I think they're going to be able to they're going to be a solid Sun Belt run defense.
Yeah, I like last year, decent defense. That's good. I'm a little less on their offense. I think they brought in. So you say they improved, and yes, they did. Statistically, they improved, but they improved upon an awful offense. In 2022, they averaged 19.5 points per game. They had a streak in November in which they didn't score a touchdown for 13 quarters. That's unheard of. So they improved on that. They got up to 23 points per game. They hired Kevin Decker from Fordham. That's good. I don't know if you're going to see that big of an improvement again, and I feel like that's what they would need with as good as with their defense being what it is. Going to be solid, but I really don't know if they're going to gain enough again on offense. I think they need to make another jump to get better than they did last season, and I don't see it. So I think the schedule is definitely tougher.
Yeah, let's do the schedule.
For a couple of weeks. The schedule, that's why I'm so the way I am about it, because even if they do improve their offense, I think the schedule is tough enough that early on they're not going to steal games.
Well, let's see.
I got them 0-4.
They could beat East Carolina.
They could. Doesn't mean they will.
They're certainly
it's more of a
toss-up
than the other 3.
Virginia Tech is going to come in.
They're going to get punched in the mouth.
Drones is going to have 750 all-purpose yards. Oh, actually, against the defense, we probably.
They're going to cover in that SC game too, because that's going to be a freshman or a sophomore in his first game, but they're not winning it. So
of these first 4 games, I think this is winnable.
That's easily the most winnable, but I think that's because the other 3 aren't winnable.
No, I never trust ECU away from home.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's more winnable, but I think
they win one of these. At Georgia State?
Well, they should beat Georgia State. Yes.
That's 2. 2 wins. That's a
They
loss.
should beat a home game against Gasso. Should be a win.
That's 3. That's a
Well,
loss.
wait.
They're beating Gasso. Georgia Southern.
No. I'm saying you have 2. Where's your 2? I don't think they're beating Coastal. So I've got them 1 win until.
No.
Gasso
They
get
beat
the
ECU. They beat Georgia State.
All right.
They beat just Gasso. That's
We
3.
differ there. Yeah, we differ on ECU. So I have them at 3 wins. So I got the under.
App State loss. James Madison probably a loss.
They beat.
This is
Marshall,
winnable.
maybe.
I mean, I don't know where the 5th win comes from, though.
I have them at 3.
In order to get the 5th win, they're going to have to win this game right here on the road at Coastal.
Yeah.
Which I think Coastal.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
I'm not betting the under here.
I would lean the under.
I think they'll land on 5. All right, so I'm not betting this though, but I think they land on 5. Dude, with a good run defense, you could slip your way into a couple wins.
Yeah, they'll keep games close. Definitely, they'll be in. I'm not saying they're gonna get blown out a lot. They're gonna be in games.
I'm not betting this over, but I think I would be closer to the 5-win mark than the 4. I mean, you can get a plus money too, but definitely not going to be on my favorites. That's for sure. It's tough to make a case for their offense.
Yeah.
Next up,
South Alabama.
All right, South Alabama over 6.5 wins. South Alabama under 6.5 wins. All right.